you ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Cafe Gallery, right here at Gallery Cabaret. Hi, hello, hi. I feel like the crazy lady, and I really have nothing to report other than I'm so looking forward to our feature this night. But I'm going to talk about Andrea Shoup a little bit later. Give it up. Give it a little bit. Give her a little something now. I'll talk about her a little bit later. I'm giving you a little, a screaming taste, but I might as well say with Scars Publications because I don't get to talk about the stuff for book publishing because I normally do all this stuff. We just had a recent little book published, book 15 from CE&d, who's had a lot of stuff done, which is very cool. But Rochelle Holt, whom I hear, and I can't put it down because I will really injure myself. This is a record book-length thing of a novel journal, Lost in Echo, is 622 pages of a year in the life of somebody, and it just scrolls on, and there are poems in it, and there's prose there, but it's this insane volume. And actually, this is actually a drawing that her nephew did of her, which is really awesome. So there's always info about books and stuff at Scars Publications, http://scars.tv. If anybody was interested in getting stuff published, blah, blah, blah. And here's an added bonus for all features. Anybody who is a feature here would be able to choose one poem, count it, one, email it to me, and it would be included in a collection book that will be released at the end of this year, the first and only time so far that I'm doing something like this, called The Chosen Few. And it would be a collection of select writings from features and the like from this past year. And it would be a real great little sampler of what the whole year has shown for poets and artists and the like. So keep that in mind. It would be cool. So if only that guy over there who's screaming a lot was actually reading stuff, because then he could have had something in the book. Although, he only had a feature. But I think the year's filled. But we'll see how things are going for the end of the year, because I'm going to stop talking. Because I even happen to notice the website, www.chaoticarts.org/thecafe, is down for the past day or two. But I swear to God, it will be up by, I know, but it will be up by, most definitely, this Friday. Hi, Joffrey. I'm like, I can't see the lights, but you're going to be on that list. But it will be up by this Friday when the podcasts come out, because we do a podcast of the feature, and since we're recording open mics, the open mic can be a feature, a podcast as well by the next week before our next performance. But, see, I'm talking way too much. I'm breathing heavy here. I thought I would read one piece before I would introduce the first person, and of course I don't have the list in front of me. So, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, Martin, I think it was Martin I was going to do it. I think it was you. I think you were the first one up, so that's what I get for not having a list. This is a poem that I don't know if I've ever read here. Oh, you're giving me the list. You're so awesome. Yeah, I know. Now I have his last name down in case I was unaware. This is a piece called I Dreamt About You Last Night. I dreamt about you last night, and I fell out of bed twice. You can pin and mount me like a butterfly. I dreamt about you last night. I called you on the phone, even though you passed away over 4 weeks ago now. I don't know why I called. I don't know what I was hoping for. But when you answered your phone, I said, Dave? You said, yes. And I asked, how are you? And you said, fine. And I said, you're not dead? And he said, no, but I just told somebody that you died a month ago. Oh, he said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And you sounded so relaxed, so peaceful. They say that your dreams are your chance to think of the things unresolved from your day, and I keep dreaming about you. Don't I think about you enough? You're the one that left me. Why are you coming back at night when I let my defenses down, slipping into the window and wrestling your way into my dreams? I dreamt about you last night. We were sitting together and about to go out for the evening. You were wearing a black shirt and black jeans. We were running late and you were angry. I wanted to wear this, but I wanted to put more black on. I wanted to put on my black vest and my black jacket. And you know, I always thought it was funny how much you cared about the clothes you wore. So I said, but you look fantastic in your jeans and t-shirts. And you smiled at me, and you kissed me. I dreamt about you last night. 2 lumps, please. You're the bee's knees, but so am I. I wish I could have told you more in life how good you looked. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have told you in life the things that you wanted to hear. I saw you today. You were in a black car, in a black convertible like you used to own, and you were wearing dark sunglasses. He could have been you if I had closed my eyes and squinted just slightly. You pulled up in the lane next to me, and as I was driving to my sister's house, and you were about to turn right, and I watched you look at the oncoming traffic, waiting for your chance to leave me again. Let me think it was you, driving, living. Let me think that you're just ignoring me. Then I can be angry with you. I dreamt about you last night. I was on a cruise ship, and you were working as a waiter. You were wearing one of those silly short jackets for your uniform. It was sea blue. And every time I thought I saw you, you would turn away to do your job. All I ever caught were fleeting glimpses of you looking away. 15 minutes with you. Well, I wouldn't say no. People see no worth in you. Oh, but I do. All I keep thinking is that my days are finally free of you, but they're not. I keep thinking of you, and it isn't enough. I still can't escape you at night. Thank you. For that, and you can have a beer, or lift weights with that 622-page Rochello book. Holy crap! So the first part, and I'm going to read some stuff or talk about Andrea and cc&d magazine shortly. But the first band I'm calling up on deck, please give it up for Martin Altman. Martin, come on up here. I know it's like a maze. I slip out of your way. And thank you for coming. I haven't seen you in forever, and thank you.
Yes, I used to be a regular, and then Janet moved, and then it's a long distance from Lincoln Square. But now I walk almost around the corner.
Which is awesome. So you're able to walk on by. Very cool. It was awesome.
You know, I suppose everything we write is from real life, but these poems are about incidents that really happened. This first one is about my sister's boyfriend. Okay?
Use the mic.
Andy's house. I stood before the house exhausted and watched a dragon spewing fire. Broadcasting live from the sink, he asked me, "What happened?" Investigators told me an electric heater was left on. A poor, defenseless creature must have knocked it over. I was on my way to Walmart for groceries and a gun at 50% off for Mother's Day. When the dispatcher yelled 4 alarms at US 60 and Glasgow Road, I rushed to see the dragon belch black smoke. As a member of the volunteer fire department, I truly believe in protect and serve. I ran back into the house to save my son. I forgot he died last month when we went out on the lake and we had no life jackets and he couldn't swim. I had turned the heater on to keep him warm, I mumbled. What, she said? From my truck where I now sleep, I watched a video of me fighting the dragon. This will be harder for me to read because it's, because this happened to me. First time. From my poem you read, perfumed fertility deities move like metronomes. As a purple light, the lava lamp gave off, climbed the walls. We shared a joint and sat on the edge of the unmade bed in your SRO in the East Village, and you continued as if you read it many times. Small tapered bodies climbed the stairway in the still sky. Your gentle smile filled me with pleasure. Next year you dropped out of college and died of an overdose. You into 3Z, you said to me as we opened her door. A Gita, tarot cards, and an empty pint of Thunderbird lay next to her. Through her smile I saw yellow broken teeth. You went first. I watched. I went, but didn't kiss her. My balls ached as I made the long trip to the Bronx on the deserted subway. The next day, the urologist put a thin pipe through my penis hole to look inside. I blacked out. Thank you.
Oh my God.
I think I blacked out would be my response if somebody did that to my penis. No, I'm sorry, I'm not making fun. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun. But
do that if somebody did that to your penis.
I'm sorry I made a joke. That was very, very rude of me because it's a very freaky, serious thing to go through. I apologize for that, but I'm a girl and I had to do it. I'm sorry. But that was very good. And thank you very much for thanking me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad it was just a walk away. And we're here for 2 weeks, so if you'd like to come by, I'd love it. And I'm going to stop being here so much. Please find me another man. I think I took a photo with this man for Facebook just a little while ago while he was drinking his wine, the big old lush. Please give it up for Mr. Mr. Putting out for some sound. James Getcha, go on up here.
Wait a minute. You had a drink in your hand at the same time.
I made a point to, well, because every time we go up, like, well,
Yes,
you
you-
with a drink, why not? Right?
I mean, there are pictures of me exist without drinks. I'm not sure if any of you exist without drinks.
They do, few and far between, but.
Okay.
Beer.
That's picture number 1 over there. Okay.
Number 1.
I'm going to do Omaha because I feel like it.
Yay! Woo!
Oh, Omaha, I love you for your plainness. I once knew a girl from Omaha. She was exotic, exciting, and somehow sexy in her simplicity. She was one of your lost children ejected into the Midwestern night. I saw that girl the other day. She did not seem that simple anymore. Oh, Omaha, I love you for your black and whiteness. Oh, Omaha, I love the way your lights shine at night with no pretense or apology. I love how ugly you are and do not apologize for. Oh, Omaha, I love you because I have not shared your tastes, likes, or dislikes. And oh, Omaha, I love you because I can no longer enjoy the simple things. No longer enjoy the simple things that you are. I'm caught in the middle and life is not that simple anymore. Oh, Omaha, I remember what I once was and what you could have been to me. All this indecision in my life is really such a waste of time. I can't really take it anymore. You see, it's only Omaha, and it's left or right, and it's black or white, and there's no shades of sadness or happiness in between, and anything that you do. It's only Omaha. It either is or it isn't. It's either on or off. You turn the light on, you turn the light off, and there's no reason to put dimmer switches in your life. It's only Omaha, and indecision does not exist here. No doubts. It's either on or off, left or right, dark or bright. Oh, Omaha, I will not measure out my life in coffee spoons. I will not debate eating a peach. I will swallow it or spit it out. I will digest it or shit it out. These are the rules. It's only Omaha. The air is so clear here. Don't dim the lights for the neighbors. Don't dim the lights for anyone. It's pretty simple. It's black or white. They don't paint things gray in Omaha. Take it or leave it. Ambiguity has no address in this town. But tonight, oh Omaha, I am on your outskirts. There's a stop sign and I come to a rolling stop. And oh Omaha, I want to run your yellow lights. Yeah. I'm a tangled up puppet, strings twisted and tied, limbs all confusion and broken inside. I'm the one in the corner, kicked to the side of the stage. People look at me, shrug their shoulders, a tangled up puppet not worth the bother or the time, and they pick up the next one in line and make him dance. I don't really care. I can't really care if I'm not the one chosen to dance. I am merely splinters and string designed to ape the human condition. These arms, these hands are not those of a real man. Those are meant to hold on to something. These hands are never meant to grasp anything real. Here's worms. If you think you can't decide to have it baked or have it fried, I guess it's because you never tried to eat something with worms inside. No, you cannot tell by sight because usually it looks alright, but you wouldn't take a second bite. It'd give your mouth an awful fright. For if you bite into a worm deep into its ectoderm, you'll find that it's not really firm and that will begin to squirm and yuck. So make a choice and don't be late about what you want out on your plates. If you take too long to debate, you may find you are eating baits. Thanks.
Thank you. And we all love the Omaha one. It's been a while since I've been to Omaha, and it makes me very sad. Because there's a certain beauty in going to Omaha. There really is. And I have a friend of mine who stood up in my wedding who lived in Omaha and then moved, and I think he lives back there now, and I've lost touch, and it makes me sad. And I'll stop talking about that because I'm going to say something about the new issues of Down in the Dirt and cc&d that are out, because I was going to read one from each. And I just love this cover, because if you look at it really close, it's a real close-up of a cow. And it is like, here I am, the cow. And it's just, I think he's awesome. I don't know. I just have a thing for this cow. I don't know what that's about. I'm sorry, I don't. It's released every other month, and so I was going to read one from this one and save a little for later before the June issue comes out. But this is a poem from Ben McNair, and it's called The Myth of Snowflakes. I figured I'd get this out because it actually might not snow anymore because it's been so late in the season with the crappy cold weather. I just had to get this out while I could. This is The Myth of Snowflakes from Ben McNair. So much unused magic lives in silence. when we hear the quiet clash of icebergs, temporary, monstrous, melting, and gone before their existence goes unnoticed. Very, very short pieces, but thank you, Ben. Thank you. Sorry, thank you, Ben. Because I make a point to read just very, very short pieces because I don't want to take up everybody's time. And I'm going to break down because in this issue of cc&d, which has a cover from Eric Bonholzer, which I thought was a really cool shot of the Eiffel Tower, all the pieces are longer, but for some reason on the right over here, this one was a little bit longer, but I was going to do it anyway. This is a poem by William Robinson, and it's called Guns. Woo! Guns! Exactly, you'll get it with this poem. This is Guns. Hunter wants to be buried with his guns. Might have to shoot his way into heaven. He's got a permit to carry concealed and God-given Second Amendment rights. Illicit Uzi in his right hand. Army issue .45 cal in his left. AK-47 rifle by his side. .357 and a holder on his hip. 12 gauge broken down at his feet. Saturday night special at his boot. Even a Derringer up his sleeve, just like Jack Mahoney's Yancey. He wants the coffin lid left unlocked, the earth on top loosely packed, so he can see if the devil will come and try to pry them from his cold, dead fingers. I know, it's funny, but thank you very much. Thank you, cc&d, and thank you, William. Thank you. I'm just giving you a little taste of a little bit later, in a future issue or future week, I'll get a little bit more. But I believe there was a very sexy man who happened to sign up, and his name was Howard. So Howard, get on up here, my love. Get up, Howard!
These studded hands of man. That's the title. Give me a second. This is a new technology that always messes up.
Cell phone poem.
Yes. It's a long waiting process as it goes over to advertisements. Give me 1 second, please.
What's the advertisement?
It's for a new thing called Google. I don't know anything about it at all. Just take this time to meditate. Silent moment for all the people with cell phones. All my favorite people. Sorry about this.
Mr. Man.
I know. I knew this would happen right before I went up too. So.
That's when he goes to sleep and you gotta, oh man.
Yeah, I know. And I gotta go back into my email. But 1 second, then I'll read you a poem. How's that?
He's saving trees.
I'm so saving trees.
He's killing cells.
You're killing cells. I love it.
All right. Someone else can go if you don't want to wait a second.
I told you were coming up.
I know. I had it up. Okay, give me 1 second. It's coming, and then I'll just read it.
So this isn't a Wi-Fi hotspot?
I guess not.
How long does it take?
Sorry, it's gonna take me another 30 seconds.
Okay.
I got it right now.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
sorry.
I'm like, go read somebody else's.
Okay. These studded hands of man. Call them blood clots. Call them giraffe rentals. Reaching divers. The divers that are actually climbing. What happened? Your eyes were ripped apart, ripped open by the doctor. He was the flesh-colored giant the Bible insanely talked about. The schizophrenic Bible, that guy with all the friends who are dead and homeless in death. Ty begins to draw the scene, one straight, one line, across the face that most interested him. Chelsea, that board game of a woman. I see the direct pockmarks where the Chinese checkers would go. I would be good to her, making sure to jump the eye. Interrupted by her mother, she was apparently attracted to him. It would trickle out in the quickest pulls, like a church dress out of sugar, like she pulled a rape whistle out of the cereal box. Dakota ring, IUD, don't have secrets that I want so bad. I know the worst people on earth. I have watched him skate on top of my eyelid. I have barked at him, a howling thief walking back from the scene of his death. How's it been after prison? The world is emptied out. I have no friends. I could go whole city blocks without looking at any faces. I no longer expect to see them. That's pretty insane. Yeah, you too. He looked at the ground, fidgeting his name in his own stomach, wanted to chew his roasting food, the ribcage held sticky. Venison hook halves, that good Remy soaked meat. Stew not done till you are. When you die, all your meals activate. That pot roast that never took off, that shrimp scampi that never finished licking at your recharted insides. The room begins to catch, arch, but he is fine. Protected by flames, open doors, girlfriends, protected from his children. Sid blocking the exit, and he looks right at them and says, listen, I'm going to do it now. Really? Now? I am. I'm aiming right at you. Even when giving together, they never got a close look at one another, never checked her body for pockmarks, acne, another man's. Leave me. What are there others? Yes, everywhere. Give me that list, she wrestled it from the hands of the trembling man. She dropped it in horror. She thought horror was a response she had been waiting on. If anything else happened in those particular circumstances, she would have seen the milk part of her brain move to the other side of the country. Her left and right brain switch sides. Hey, what's this over here? Let's eat bees right off of the thing. They started licking whatever torsos they could find. Each other's, looking in sick again, raising alcoholic puppies. Yes, I will one. Yes, I will take one. Yes, free samples. Yes, I want one. Can we do this again right now? All that whatever happened happens now. If you're in the mall and you're going to do whatever the fuck it is you're supposed to do at a mall, you're doing it right. You're doing it so right. So right.
Well, it takes him a while to figure out how to get his little iPod phone thing working, but he could figure it out eventually. Very good. Thank you very much, and I love it if you came back to me. Yeah, go. Yeah. All right. Get up for the newbie. And now I'm sitting here, and I'm the bag lady. Apparently it's a Global Food Expo bag lady, but the reason why I've got such a huge bag and not my usual Crown Royal bag is because, oh yeah, now you know what this is about, is because I would normally be collecting money for a feature in this bag. And it's really huge, so I'm going to have to start it. And our feature this evening of Andrea Shoup. Give it up for Andrea, yeah! She's even going to have background music from Cousin Bones, which I'm like so double plus thrilled about. I mean, you have no idea how thrilled. But it's really going to be a phenomenal performance. I know it's a huge bag, but I'm going to have to get a better bag for this. But I expect this thing to be filled. Put in your life savings. Change it, kind of like be a little pisser. But you know, if that's all you can do, I totally understand. Or if it's that or getting a drink here at the Gallery Cabaret, please bother Tressa instead, because, we love this place and we like to keep everyone busy here. So I'm going to start passing this around, and even though the next one up, Virginia Hunt, is coming up next, I'm going to bug her for the stuff for our feature afterwards. So ladies and gentlemen, please give it up, Virginia Hunt! Woo! Oh, by the way, I have a great feature, and it was a very emotional thing, and that was very good. That's where I go saying opinions and emotions and stuff.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
And once the site is up and running, you can get a copy of that podcast with her feature. It was very, very cool. So.
Awesome, man. I am actually psyched for the feature tonight, man. Seriously. I'm going to get into some stuff that I've written since I was here last. This one's called More Than Better Than You. And it's kind of vulgar, and it's about how to be better than other people, if you know what I mean. confidence. The one thing that helped me become more than the woman I thought that I would become. But also, so much better than you as a person today. To the point where I can say a massive fuck you to your dipshitty-faced, douchewafel-looking ass without having an ounce of doubt and fear in my voice. With conviction behind those words that some of my friends would shit in their fucking pants in a way that even they are terrified of me shitless. Because they all see me as one who refuses to take shit from anyone at any immediate point in the near future. After me falling for 8 years ago, in that damn past of mine. So to every last asshat, just go fuck yourself. And take a few lessons in being truly blessed to grow up with little other than a roof over your head and have very few resources to work with. So in the end, you become more than what you think you are. And also better than those very dick rats who took you down to their fucked up levels of sheer stupidity. Because confidence is a kind of beauty rarely known of and properly used. Thank you. And I am going to give you something they got for bookmarks. This one I wrote last night at Lily's. It's a poem about dementia, something my mother has. It's called No Known Senses. No Known Senses. Blech.
What are you doing again?
My sense of touch. To know what true love feels like. Gone. Flat out disappeared from everything I see. Everything I have ever known. And why that is well beyond me. In all honesty, I'd very much rather lose every known sense I have. To the point where I'm left with no known senses remaining. To make me a true robot. The opposite of what I am. A human. Which I'm going insane from all of this. Yet, I must fight back. Somehow. Against the very things that are driving me away from the outside world. From those who I genuinely care, those who genuinely care about me. Into that realm of isolation, desperation, and a kind of loneliness that is crying for help, yet losing my sense of reality is only ensuring me that my own death will become the only reality that is in my future, near or not, causing only a pain and hurt onto all of my kin, as well as their kin. And slowly realizing this, I need a new and a much better weapon to fight this off, so that I turn out a champion for a damn worthy cause. To show my kin that illness and circumstance is not a crutch to use as a point for sympathy and to get a pity party thrown for then, but to use as a weapon needed to regain all the known senses back to self. Thanks. I was about to put it where you are, but the lighting is there.
And after that first poem, I was totally thinking, so that you'll be more than the sum of your parts. Which, because that was what she was talking about, which is very cool. And I think the man got off the phone, because I was going to do something to Phil, or if I'll have Wes come in. But is all cool with you? Are you ready to read my darling love of my life? Don't tell my husband. Don't tell. Are you good?
Sure.
Woo! Please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the man himself. Give it up for Patrick Hurley!
Thanks for, thanks for that. My daughter had a math problem.
It sounded more like a geometry problem.
It's an algebra problem that needed a geometry formula to solve.
He's a nerd.
Oh, it's math nerds!
He's a math nerd.
So from pull tabs and other things to stick your fingers through,
Woohoo!
it is there, behind the skin, where I see you, hidden within a smile. Bright eyes, open arms, there, I cradle your existence. There, the sign reads, fragile, please use extreme caution. Behind the skin is where I mine your beauty, delicately holding precious jewels within the caverns of experience. It is there, behind the skin, where we are nude silhouettes, pouring into each other, blending joy, caution, trepidation, gentleness, and respect into an ecstasy cocktail. It is there, behind the skin, where I enter your sepulcher. There, in your catacombs, is the womb of life, and we are reborn in it. And since they're bloomed all over the place, daffodils painted, framed, hung on a wall, yellow in darkness with silent visitations by passing headlights, visible yet still beauty, presented itself to a silent crowd of one. It was here that you appeared again, a vision of beauty, a daffodil. From my latest book, Screws Fall Out, which I do have copies of both. Water of Life Press is my publishing company. I just finished publishing another poet whose name escapes me at the moment. Why would that be if I just published? Paul Farrell. And it's a nice book. He has a nice cover that we did. But I print on recycled paper bags.
They're very cool!
So each copy is unique.
Nice.
Movement of life. This life moves in ways we are unable to control, taking us through heaven and hell. You are there on the sofa, and I can't touch you. You laugh at a movie, but I see you crying inside. There was love. There was life. We created life, beautiful. We embodied love. And now it is spent. Now you struggle to just be my friend. This life, wrapped in past experience, past emotion, takes and takes every breath until the last. We are unable to control the outcome of our desires, of our longing. It is pointless and trivial, yet we breathe. We reach for tomorrow in hope that it will be stronger than today, that it will show us purpose, meaning, value, and each flight of the sun, flight of the moon, brings us more confirmation of our fragility.
That was awesome. And he's juggling with having to, talk to his little girl and solve math problems. I'm going to do one mellow one because I said Scarce Publications happens to publish a lot of stuff. We do an annual poetry collection book. It also happens to be a date book. Dun, dun, dun. And I love this thing. I've got a couple of copies because you have poems on one side and the week of the year on the other. So I thought I would read something from this week and leave it at that. This is a poem. It's mellow, but this is a poem by Jane Stewart, and it is called Moon Sky. When night opens its doors before the sun is gone, the moon leaves its winter garden that we see at night in fields of stars. Above a meadow full of clouds, the red-sandaled moon goes walking through the heavens ocean in the sky, near the sky. I just wanted to give you something really mellow. Thank you very much, Jane Stewart. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got that one out of the way. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Cousin Bones himself. Give it up for Wes High. Woo!
Well, I'm a village idiot, I have no bed. I'll convince you I'm a genius, then ask you for bread. I have stars in my eyes, freed in my shoes. I have nothing to worry, cause I have nothing to lose. Yes, I'm a village idiot, and I'm there for you. I'm the village idiot, I'm everybody's fool. I'll do things on a dare, I get paid in beer. I'm the village idiot, and I'm not even here now. I knew a girl, equally injured. Well, everyone said, that's cute. She ran away, home they say, and I'm not looking for any substitute, cause I'm the village idiot, I'm there at no bed. I'll convince you I'm a genius, then ask you for bread. Stars in my eyes, fruit in my shoes. I have nothing to worry, cause I have nothing to lose. Whoa, 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 I'm the village idiot, I have no bed. Convince you I'm a genius, then ask you for bread. Stars in my eyes, fruit in my shoes. I have nothing to worry, cause I have nothing to lose. Yes, I'm the village idiot, and I'm there for you. I'm the village idiot, I'm everybody's fool. I'll do things on a dare, pay me in beer. I'm the village idiot, and I have nothing left to fear.
You. And everybody said, that's cute. And I'm not looking for any substitute. Oh my God, I love it. That was awesome. I'm sorry, just because I know it, I'm like, I'm the most out, yeah. That was all right. That's what I get. Well, you know, the thing is, I have so many of his blues albums that I have a blues playlist. It's like, oh my God, I don't know anything other than Cousin Bones because it keeps coming up. I'm like, oh, here's a village Indian again. Or, you know, so anyway. All right, I'm going to stop about the blues because, well, I don't know if this man would give me the blues or if he'd really make you think. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, Joffrey, come on up here, my love. Woo! Get on the gallery!
I'll do two. This first one, the poem I gave you is on the back. The title, Seeking Ruin to a Culture of Impunity. In loving mutiny, we subvert the Second Amendment with peace power, disestablishing the war powers of an Israel-occupied territory plowed under with direct action, denying revenues to service the principle and interests of Zionism. The title here is Approaching Earth Day. The epigraph is from Sherman Skolnick, who was reported murdered by Mossad 7 years ago next month. Report from anonymous source. New York City firemen, there were bombs in the building. Cyberspaceorbit.com. Crucial info evidence. Explosives toppled WTC. Approaching Earth Day with Cassandra as my muse, and only the insight she delivers from William Randolph Hearst being mainly implicated, FDR is setting up the fleet at Pearl Harbor, and Building 7 collapsing without pinprick of a drone jet, I begin to sense the usual suspects, especially when Bruce Dumont cuts off a caller who tries to name Mossad running through Newtown into the Boston Marathon. The gods, likely male chauvinists, make Cassandra incredible. And there is our Bruce Dumont, bless his Jewish chauvinist soul, playing God for the establishment, busting into people's homes without a warrant, like it was Iraq or Afghanistan, without explicit notice from the resident author at Roosevelt University or the other biased pundits on his set. There were plenty of warnings about 9/11, well before 9/11, and which did no good because they were sent to the intelligence promoting 9/11 to get dumb patriots to chase mythical WMD in order to wreck Iraq for Israel, a game played out in Libya, game not over in Syria. This time the Russians warned the same intelligence community about the brother named too much like Tamerlane, and he was cleared by the FBI, which was probably using him to cook up some pressure on the Boston Marathon. If you remember, it did no good to report to FBI how Arabs wanted to learn to fly one way into martyrdom, which they probably found in a different way if they flew at all. Muhammad Atta spoke to his Las Vegas whore in Hebrew. And we do know that some, the FIB named, were in a nation where the British Broadcasting Corporation proved to be a foreign element, not Arab, not Islamic, in the conspiracy to wreck the WTC by announcing the destruction of Building 7 20 minutes before it happened. I call that Homeland Security. Take off your shoes. And throw them at the president. Since Mossad murdered Sherman Skolnick a month less than 7 years ago, approaching Earth Day, my poetry must extrapolate more from my muse than hard data like tritium residue from nukes used on site of the Oklahoma City practice run for 9/11? When is the next phony threat derived from the democratic karma of self-punishing taxpayers?
Your shoe, my darling.
Thank you.
I was very tempted to take my shoe and throw it.
I was very tempted to take off my shoes and throw them, but it would have messed your rhythm up. And you said something about being the Lord. What was that? I don't have a. Wait, do I have a copy of it that said that was the God to the? There was a line of the God to the, not the commoners or to the regular people. You have a line in there somewhere, and I'm like, no, I'm the God to them, but I didn't want to spoil your story by doing that. But thank you very much. Thank you. And I will tell you about things like future features and stuff later, but I think because I've got, I believe, 4 people coming up, and I just want to make sure there's enough time for a feature, I am going to ask, and I didn't say before, the 5-minute 3-poem rule, so that we can keep things going smoothly, because people keep coming in later and later. So I believe, I think I'm going to have some music from Lamar, but I don't have my thing, so I don't have a last name. What's your last name, Angel? Darvell. I'm like Australian. Darvell, you are right. So please, I am so looking forward, I swear to God, hearing what this man's going to sing or say for us. Give it up for Lamar. Come on up here.
Thank you. I didn't leave the house thinking I was going to be singing a cappella in a room and whatnot. So I'm going to just sing a song that I learned when I was 7.
All right.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Using my own hands wasn't loud enough. I had a bang on the board. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, come back and I swear to God, that was, and I'm happening to hold this bag, which hasn't gotten quite stuffed yet. I know it was a big bag for a phenomenal feature from Andrea Shoup this evening, so I think I'm going to have to hunt down a few people. I don't know who showed up late, but if you have something to give for a feature tonight, she so deserved it, trust me. So I'm going to and I actually brought the list, and I even said his name earlier, and I'm also looking forward to awesome newbie numero tres this evening. I'm so excited. But please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Poetry Sunlight. Give it up, Ron! Give it up! Oh, wait, have you read it, Ron? What is it? So, oh my God, I said sunlight. Oh my gosh. You know, that's what I get for like...
It's okay.
Well, you scream it out. What's your name, my love?
Poetry Soul Child.
Poetry Soul Child. Give it up for her. I'm like barely reading words, but I'm sure it's going to be better than my
Wonderful intro.
Oh, yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
Awesome!
Awesome!
Now that you're here.
It's my first time, newbie. All right, I love it. Yes. All right. All right. I'm gonna do this piece. It's one of my new pieces I wrote. Last piece called "My Life Is My Poetry, Like My Poetry Is My Life." My life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Say my life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Say my life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Say my life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. See, my life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Cause I speak life to preach life, and I preach life to teach life, and I teach life to reach life. Cause when I reach life, I write life. Cause all I write about is my life. Cause my life is good, so good like soul food on Sundays. Cause Sundays are my fun days. My fun days when my God each and every at ease Sundays. So that I can spit my poetry, cause my poetry is like poetry. Cause I use it like music. Music that comes from a melody from heaven. So that I can spit my poetry over my music. So that I can speak life about my life. Living smart and creative as a poet on fire who desires to go higher. Cause I'm living my life like it's golden. So golden like Talk to Me Tuesdays, roast siphon, hot sauce poetry. Cause I'm a poet living my life and not wasting my life. And that's what my life is, my poetry. Like my poetry is my life. My life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Say my life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Say my life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Say my life is my poetry, like my poetry is my life. Thank y'all.
Do you see, once again, I had to use a board because my hands wouldn't have been loud enough. No, that was really awesome. And I'm just a big freaking idiot. Yes, it does say shovel child, but I'm just like sitting here running like an idiot. All right, no, it's not all right, please. Once more time, give it up for Poetry Soul Child. Give it up, yeah!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We just had two phenomenal newbies that decided to sing and everything. And this wasn't fair. That was so awesome. I swear to God. I believe I've got 3 open micers left. If there was somebody that I'm missing out on, might as well give the names out now. Erica has been down hires and said, yes, if there's somebody that I don't have on my list, that is your order. I just said it for the crowd. So please, come and bug me, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Eric Esden.
Thank you all you guys. Another night which has been gone. You are so far out of my reach. Another kiss which has been lost. Your side of the bed, just empty spot. Another night spent alone. Another dream not fulfilled. Another touch of the vacuum of the night. My redemption poem. You are like white flower of an abandoned meadow, which you so cruelly left behind. Your new life will last as long as a breath of firefly. Your destiny is my candlelight. My karma is an extension of my love. The joy between your arms. Nirvana. Great days, months and years, one after another passed. Never to grow to my soul, nor my vision or mind. Violently broken ocean cliff, the close of passing time. dismembering one to the extent and stiff. And you, the comet, falling right from the sky, burning to it within the territory of mine, along the passing time, learning to sense the flowers, the meadows, and its grass, the feeling, and so much awaited touch, telling me how chosen, how lucky I am. Because of you, I can touch the bloom of love again. So comforting state, my flourishing nirvana, my dreams in which I intend to stay. Thank you.
You know, I did actually, I should admit that because a lot of times the beautiful thing about the internet is you can just, hunt people down and they'll never know about it. And that's actually something I wrote about in communication. I'm like, I could just search for somebody for, days or whatever. They never knew I was looking for them. So here I am saying that I was looking up Eric online and I saw that he had a MySpace page and I had music. I'm like, that's him. Because I want to make sure I had your name right. I'm like, that's him. I know who you are. So you should talk about your web presence as well, as everybody should, because everybody here is really, really double plus awesome. Now, that's what I get. I'm talking too much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give my little cutesy look at Don here. So give it up for Mr. Don Hargraves. Don, come on
Don't mind, I'm going to take a bit of a risk time-wise, because right now I've got a book which I'm waiting to get copyrighted on, which will get published both online and in book form. Anyway, this is chapter 12. Imagine a place where darkness is the natural mode of things. What would frighten people? Listen. As he entered the bar, he noticed that there were quite a few more people in the bar than usual. The nature of the place and people had changed as well. No welcoming silence at the bar, nor the ear-crushing cacophony that usually met him when he ran into other crowded bars in the area, but a more nervous, hushed crowd. They looked around nervously, their chatter was in hushed tones, and their displays of affection muted and hesitant. And the wait staff? The bar that usually needed a bartender and maybe somebody serving the floor was staffed with a large number of women, all attractively dressed. You might want to hit the restroom right now before the crowd start flooding in. I'll save a space for you at the bar, Linda shouted to Robert. Robert went to the restroom and took care of his business. He then went to the seat that Linda had saved for him, sat down and spun the seat around. He noticed there were many more chairs with people sitting in them, and there were even people standing up. So, you want a mini pitcher of Labatt's Blue? Linda asked from behind him. That and a glass filled with the stuff as well. I think I'll need something a bit more than that. Linda filled up the glass and mini pitcher and stuck it in front of him. She said, pay up now, prices go up in a minute. Robert paid the bill and told her to keep the change. Linda rang up the transaction and stood at the register for 12 seconds before pressing a button. Upon pressing the button, the sign behind the bar changed prices higher. A minute later, Robert felt a rush of people running into the bar. He could sense the space behind him becoming more and more crowded, and the waitresses started walking around getting their orders. Robert stared at the beer, focusing on the golden liquid to distract himself from the crowd gathering behind him. You might want to look at the mirrors around you and see what's going on, the other bartender said. Will do, Robert said as the girl walked away. Robert started looking at the mirrors and noticed that they were set up so he could take a good look at a good portion of the crowd, and if you looked at many of the mirrors. There's a major mixture of ages, sizes, and races in the group, but all of them shared the same nervousness over what was happening somewhere. They all also had a major out-of-place look to them. The women looked underdressed and undersunned, while the men looked tense and rigid in their t-shirt and jeans. Then he heard a scream, followed by the words, "It's bright! It's bright! It's too bright! I'm going blind!" And the rustle of people moving away from the windows. Robert looked at the windows through the mirrors and saw each one of them had a glow in them and a semicircle of people around them, looking down and looking both frightened and nervous. He took a quick peek, trying to take a look through the mass of humanity at one of the windows. "Keep your eyes up front," the other bartender said. "Yes, ma'am," Robert said as he refilled his glass and looked again at the mirrors. He saw that the light seemed to be dimming, but the space around them remained as empty as ever.
He shifted his focus onto the mirror showing the crowd and noticed that the people were now looking around nervously. Took a deep drink and hoped that something would happen to calm people down. As soon as they looked, they were ready to do something more than just stand around. Almost instantly, the light at the window started dimming. He heard a cry of relief from the far ends of the bar. Looking at the windows showed people slowly crowding towards the windows and doors as it grew darker and darker outside. In a few minutes, he saw that the people were standing by the windows as the remaining lights dimmed down to nothing. Then came a few nervous minutes while the people at the bar just stood around, seemingly waiting for someone to take a first step and say everything's okay. He then heard a Martin shout, "Dark enough for everyone, it's safe to go out." Then started the slow stampede out of the building. Slow because there was only one door and it opened inward. Stampede because there was something herd-like about the crowd and the people as they waited for the tenor to walk back into the darkness they had habituated themselves to the point of over-adaption. When the last of the crowd had left the building and the extra wait staff was almost finished with the cleanup, Robert turned to Linda and the other bartender and said, "What was that?"
What was that? Oh, that had a very awesome open mic. So, but we just had somebody that come in last minute, and this is what happens because we're only from 7 till 9, and we're like, I want to come in and I just gonna. So, I think I've got newbie number 4, which I'm so double plus thrilled about. So you better know this, my love, Jenna. I can't see you anywhere. Where is she? Give it up for Jenna! Come on!
Sorry about the late arrival.
That's okay. It gets tight on time at the end. That's what I'm like.
It happens. I wasn't gonna read, but I just wrote this, and it was like, oh, so there's the microphone, and I like microphones. Don't you? Woo! It's called Stop Calling. Stop calling me, baby. Stop pretending that you don't have someone sewn into your bed sheets at home, waiting for your warm flesh beside her. Stop calling. Stop judging me as the kind of girl who doesn't do fractions, because I know that 1/2 of one whole heart isn't enough for any lover. Stop texting. When I know that you are texting because the words would break the ears of the company that you're in. Stop playing. Because minds and hearts are not your playground and monkey bars are meant to be shared, but not people. Stop writing words that you don't know the meaning to, dressing them up like love letters addressed to the experiences that we can only share in private. Stop calling. Stop pretending that the fabric of your actions cannot be frayed by the indecency that they are ingrained with. Stop spilling from the cup of infatuation from which I have drunk for too long. Stop lying in foreign arms when the truth is ubiquitous and unneeding of your acknowledgement to be. Stop calling your affliction confusion when the only thing you suffer from is the fear of being caught. Stop claiming your love. Stop claiming love in that which you do not understand. My heart is a dial tone. So stop calling.
Ooh. Very awesome, Jenna. Thank you very much. And we're going to say this once for newbies like Jenna and poetry, and I can't remember, and Howard, and I don't know how many we had here, but if you want to know anything about it, the site is down right now, but www.chaoticarts.org/thecafe, or bug me at the cafe at Scars.tv, or find Jana Kuypers on Facebook if you want to find stuff about the events. And I think I've got the last poet open micer for the evening, and I'm really kind of freaked by whatever he's going to do. He's like, oh, he's got a musician on the piano ready, and should I be out of your way, or are you still setting up?
Yeah, just give me about 22 seconds.
22 seconds, he says. This is a poem called Under the Sea.
Oh,
Oh no, you ready? It was 30 seconds.
Now I'm ready.
He's ready to hi-hat. This you didn't have to hear more crap. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sid Finish.
All right. Well, I'll do the sad one first so we can get that out of the way. And I want to thank Virginia for giving me a new title for this poem. It's called Dick Rats. I'd like to quote from Andrew Lloyd Webber's. And so, the king is once again my guest. And why is this? Was Herod unimpressed? It's from Jesus Christ Superstar. 3 people die in Boston from bomb blasts. Leads to worldwide trend. Pray for Boston. 300 people die in Syria due to increased violence. Leads to worldwide trend. Pray for Syria. 506 people died in Chicago from gun violence last year. Leads to worldwide trend. Pray for Chicago. Thoughts and prayers. Who listens? Who cares? Thoughts and prayers. Who listens? Who cares? This is what we've become. A thoughts and prayers nation. Ignorance broadcast from social network to talk radio station, grabbing unwanted attention away from the real news. We leap to conclusion. We assume the worst. Laying the blame for madness, false sarcasm is fashionable. Sick ideas implemented like sticks of dynamite. Everyone is a reporter on the internet. Turn to God on your iPod. This world is tragic. There is no quick solution. No real magic to save us from the bombs, to save us from the terror. Thoughts and prayers, I bet it's a hoax. Thoughts and prayers, I bet it's a hoax. My country is a joke, just one more stroke closer to the end. But there is no end to violence. We can talk about it and we can laugh it off, but it means nothing more than that alone. Thoughts and prayers, smoke and beers. Thoughts and prayers, smoke and beers. Thoughts go out to everyone everywhere. It's like saying you're sorry when you truly don't mean it. It's a cliche, a strawberry statement that lacks flavor. That's still no excuse for behaving like dick rats. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Charlie. Got one more for me? I know you do. Well, this is a cover. It's by a good friend of piano players and mine. His name is Michael Board, and this is called Beer is Better Than Girls Are. Once there was a girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was good. She was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. No matter how cunning your stunts, with a girl there's that time of the month. Beer stains wash out, beer's not late. It never says no to a date. The label comes off with no bite. It doesn't say headache tonight. Beer is better than girls are. I don't care where the little girls are. When you're out with the boys at a bar, a beer will wait in the car. It's never a cause for dismay. When your beer's flat, just toss it away. A beer will always give you good head. It goes down easy in bed. A frigid beer you want to get, you know it still will be wet. Jealousy you never fear when you go grab another beer. Beer is better than girls are. I don't care where their little curls are. When you're out with the boys at a bar, a beer will wait in the car. And don't be shy or take offense. A beer will let you share it with friends. And they won't say stop it. You know if you're the first to pop it. Drinking a beer is always fun. No need to ask if it has come. When all else fails, it's understood. You don't have to wash it before it tastes good. Beer is better than girls are. I don't care where their little curls are. When you're out with the boys at a bar, a beer will wait in the car. A beer will wait in the car. Thank you.
Yes!
Thank you, Mother.
You're all set. I was going to say, look like a good. Thank you. We're arranging the thank you. You're in and I'm just going to see this is like, I'm like, is he moving? And move it. Thank you, sir. And I hear that, this is what happens because we're starting. By the way, I want to thank you too. I don't even have a beer, but you guys are just awesome because in your seats and yes, come on up here. Yeah, but nobody ever wants to sit in the front. But I'm like, you're awesome. No, nobody ever does because I don't want to hear it. And they all have issues. Everybody has issues. What's up with that? And because everybody wants to show up late, I hear there's somebody else that wants to come up, and for that, we are not even going to have a break between, which yes, I mean, that means you have to go take a break in the bathroom at some point, but please, Tom, are you running, my love? Get it up here, ladies and gentlemen, get up for a round of the last minute set. How many newbies do I have tonight? It's like 6 or 7. This is awesome. Get it up for a round.
Thank you. Sorry I'm late.
It's okay.
This thing took me to Gallery Cafe or something about my
Yeah, there's so many places that have galleries and
It's my fault. I just
and
wanted
you found it eventually.
I want to read one I've been working on, practicing reading and whatnot. So thanks for listening. A voice, a promiscuous flame, up from the ash, up from the ankle, up from the gut of Beelzebub, whispers of steam becoming, belonging to a great heart transcendent, descending. My death will be candy apple sweet, you great beast of night, your skin deceives me, your flesh is not foul, your beauty is becoming. Breathe, breathe on me that sweet breath of a billion souls, there is no stench, nor the odor of suffering. It's buried in my palms, your love. It calls me from the bowels of dubious splendor, paper flowers, foolish paintings, preposterous words, a drive through your country's majesty, a drive across the inferno, your daughter, the flame, its tongue, its flesh, its flower. In the midst of such cancerous beatitude your torch radiates. Your flame brings warm life, dress me in it, wrap me in your folds of midnight pyre, sing me your dead song inside where the gruesome truth lays its tangled root for eons. I am the bastard son of martyrdom. Your love is fickle, a moth drifting toward the sun. Inside I bathe in firstborn light. Inside the promise of heaven, the treasures of Hatshepsut. Inside the absence of life. This slow leak, gentle drip of days, their journey is relentless. They find a way to the abyss where your heart once hung, and black hole dreams become of them. Feast on the marrow of their dreams and the pathetic falsehood of their endeavors. I pray the sun will implode and leave night eternal, that you may starve no more. If light is the absence of lust, surely night is the absence of love. Love, ha! A placebo, a jackal feast in the moonlight, it holds no merit, it wears no flesh, it breathes no flame for me. In this room, strange colors crawl across the ceiling, shades of light, tones of nothingness. There is no trace of fire, no hint of residue. I rest assured, I rest alone. Beneath these strange shapes that call themselves dreams, there is no hellfire since you have gone. I no longer wish the silent death of the sun, for someday it will explode when I clip my toenails or try to write a poem.